Okay, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing some more work on the Sportster. This hopefully is going to be the last video for that. We got to do the fuel tank, put the petcock in, make a fuel line, and then we're going to change the fork oil. So I got to do some work on taking the windshield off in order to do that. So first thing we got to do is we got to turn the tank, because I do have some nuts in there with vinegar. It's been in there for a couple days now. So let's take a look at that, how that's going to work. All right, so let's take this outside and let me drain it out. All right, so we got some of the nuts came out. What we gotta do is, I wanna get them down to this corner. To get them down in this corner, then I can use the magnet and pick them up. So let's try that. So we get some up. You see how it comes up with magnets. Okay, so we got them all out. There's nothing in there. Yeah, they're all gone. So let me show you. So here's all the nuts that were in there, and they all came out with this magnet. You can just put them to this side of the tank and you can just drag them all out. Okay, so one thing we're going to do next is we're going to flush this with water, and then after that we're going to flash dry it with a hair dryer, and then I'm going to spray WD-40 inside to prevent it from rusting anymore. Okay, so we've rinsed it out. Now we're going to spray the inside with WD-40 to stop any kind of rust. And once we're done with all this, I'm going to put the camera in there. The inspection camera I have will take a look and see what it looks like in the tank. So I've got to put this petcock back in. Because I don't think there's a coating inside this tank. I might be wrong, but I don't think there is. All right, so now we'll put this back on. All right, so we're going to leave that for now. Got to go work on a fuel line. So we get the fuel line like that. I just need the hose clamps now, and I'll wait and trim this edge once I connect the carburetor side, once everything's together. Need a little bit bigger for 5/16. Is that going to be? Yeah, that should work. I'll put it on the other side. All right. Okay, so we've got the fuel line in right there. Put some grease on that too. I probably can push that down a little bit more, but let's leave it there for now. So we got all the wires up, everything's hooked up here, so I think we can probably put the tank back on now. Okay, so we're going to put some Permatex thread sealer on this, just a little bit, don't need a whole lot, just to make sure we get a good seal on here. So we got that in. So now this thing has to fit on this side. Let me, I don't want to get anything on the screen. So we should be good to go with putting the tank on. Okay, so we got the tank on. I got this side tightened down, but I got to tighten this end down here. I did run into a problem with this petcock where the reserve is hitting this motor mount, so I'm going to have to grind this down a little bit before I put some fuel in here anyway. I'll get a die grinder and I'll grind this down. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, I guess, if you never use reserve, but I'd like to be able to have it in case she needs it. So, and I think I've moved this over about as far as I can move it. It doesn't look like it's going to need that much. Maybe just maybe a 16th of an inch shaved off here, but something we got to do. So we're almost done with this. The next step after this is I got to take this windshield off and these mounts, because I got to get at these caps in order to get the be able to fill up to change the not the hydraulic, but the fork oil. So we're going to change the fork oil in this, because this fork oil has been in here since 2002. So never been changed, so we're going to change it, get that done, and that'll be the last thing I think we have to do on this Sportster. I think that'll be all done for the time being. I don't think I need anything more over here except to put the air cleaner on. And gonna clean the bike up, obviously. It's gonna go outside and be washed in the pressure washer and get some of this crud off it, because it hasn't been washed in a while, and maybe spray some paint in here and clean that up a little bit. I'd really like to get rid of this motor mount and find a different motor mount, because you don't the only thing this is the VOES is tied in behind there, and you can just actually wire tie the VOES up to the frame up here and get rid of this whole unit altogether. Something to think about. So, but next thing we got to do is grind this down. So let me go get the grinder, and I'll pick this up then. Okay, so I got this ground down a little bit. Okay, so it seems to have cleared, because I hear it hitting the reserve stop right there. So we're good. I can still move it over just a little bit more once I put the fuel line in. I can move it up just a hair more. So I'll paint this black, and we should be good to go with the petcock. Okay, so let's get this last fuel line on. We'll get it hooked up to the petcock. I'm going to put some grease in here. So I always use white grease. White grease is not going to affect fuel at all, and the fuel will end up just washing it away, but it makes it a lot easier to get hose clamp on. So I don't really like using these type of hose clamps, but I don't really have a choice right now, so we'll get this. You know what I want to do? I want to put some of this on first. So you see how much I've got to put on here. All right, so we should be all set with the fuel. I'm going to put some fuel in here just to make sure that it's okay. That's going to do it for this video. I thought I was going to do the fork oil, but I remembered I don't have any fork seals, and if I'm going to do the fork oil, I should do the seals. So that's something that is going to go on the board I have over there for this winter. We're going to do the rear caliper. We're going to check that. We're going to check the whole front end on this bike. I don't have any fork oil. Actually, I was going to get some. Then I remembered I don't have any seals. So I just want to get this bike done for now. Like I said, I've got another table that's coming in probably I think the middle of August. In this state, the one thing they actually do decent for people that live here is that we have a tax-free weekend, and that's going to be, I think, the weekend of the 11th. So I'm going to order that because we don't pay sales tax on anything up to $2,500. So $2,500 per person, Saturday and Sunday, excludes cars, boats, big ticket items like that. So then I just recently found out that Lowe's and Home Depot actually sell lift tables. They sell Black Widows and everything like that. So I might get it through them because I get of course, the sales tax discount, plus I get a military discount, a veterans discount. So on top of that. It's probably going to be something that's going to have to be ordered, because if you order a table through them, it's like Amazon, where 60% of the stuff that they sell online comes from third-party vendors. So I'm going to look into getting that, and we'll get another table over here. That way I can work on the Sportster while the shovel's up on this table being taken apart, and then we're going to move over to the Deluxe. I'm going to get this off the table. We're going to put the Deluxe up, and we're going to check to see if it's going to need cam chain tensioners. If it is, then that's just another project for this winter, because there's going to be plenty of downtime while the machine work is being done on the shovel, the engine work. Again, I got to have the bottom cases split, which I hadn't planned on doing. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.